most of us know him as Wolverine.
Yes.
But he recently did an interview and he talked about something I thought was super interesting. But he said at age 11, Hugh decided, sorry, my phone. Y'all know I can't see. Hugh decided not to pursue dance lessons because his older brother told him dancing is for sissies. Years later, his brother apologized and encouraged him to follow his passion. Hugh signed up for dance classes the next day and went on to win a Tony Award for Best Actor in a Musical. Super dope, by the way.
Yeah.
Why you put this in here? Sorry.
So two things there, right? One, you know, I like that his brother went back to him, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you know, to look at your brother and say, you know what? I said wrong. This years ago. Mm-hmm. I was wrong. Yeah. Right? Because I think he saw his brother struggling, right? You know, I think Hugh's probably still around the house salsa dancing or something. His brother was just like, you know what, man? You need some dance lessons. I was wrong, right? so I like that, right? Because I think that shows that's sort of what men do, even though these are Euro Americans. I like that conversation is going back. Yeah, because I remember years ago I had to tell my brother one time, man, like, you know, he had picked up some of my bad habits, and we was in our 20s, and I remember hearing him go off with somebody, and he get off the phone. I was just like, hey, man. I was like, you can't do that. And I said, I know why you did it. I said, because you've heard me do it. And I was like, I just saw myself, and I was like, we can't do that. We can't be those type of men, right? Yeah. So I think sometimes that is cool as a man, is that you could be like, you know, hey, I was wrong there. But the second thing is, because I see the reason I put it in there is because there's a lot of black major podcasts and social media that want to put men in more non-traditional roles. Okay. Right? Like they want to advertise men in non-traditional roles. So I think as men, we should be able to have a conversation of like, hey, what are non-traditional male roles that men can do that we were like, yo, they're still masculine, right? Like, I don't think we're in this place where we're really like, yo, men can't dance, right? Because we know Chris Brown could dance. Yeah. You know, we know when we go to the club, what we used to. I don't know what y'all do at the clubs now. I don't go. But we know, we used to dance at the clubs, right? We know what breakdancing was, bebopping. Like, why is dancing considered something that's not masculine when that's the best dancers in the world that we know of? All men. Because y'all generation, the one before that, was homophobic. It's really not. It's a non-factor for me. I've been said this, but I think it's a lot of that. Like his brother, Hugh Jackman, is old. Yeah. Hugh Jackman is in his 50s, right? Yeah. So what we're talking about is 40 years ago. Yeah. 40 years ago in the 80s, boys wasn't dancing. Boys wasn't taking ballet. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where then what happens is boys get to middle school and high school and a lot of them can't dance. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. Some of the best stylists in this world, fashion designers in this world, are men. Gay or not, they are men. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Not every gay man is feminine. You know what I'm saying? So you said it. Is that the thing, right? Is it when you're effeminate, that's when men are pushing back, right? It's not what you're doing. I think it's the behavior. Well, I don't even think it's the behavior. I think a lot of people like to lean on the behavior, like, oh, they feminine, so whatever. I think if let's put it on us. If my son was your son age and both of them came and said, y'all, I want to be a makeup artist tomorrow, what would you say? You would probably pause and be like, I would definitely pause, and I definitely find out what's the reasoning behind it. Because I make a shit ton of money. Makeup artists, let me tell y'all something right now. Makeup artists make $150 for 30 minutes every time. I pay makeup artists up to $200 to do makeup, and it don't take them no longer than an hour. I know girls who go and do weddings, and they charge thousands. And guess what they do? They hire their 2 homegirls to help them. They pay them girls $20, $40, $50 to help them, and they make money. So much money. I have a girl right now. I'm like, yo, I got the money. I need to book you. She said, yo, somebody else comes to me with a wedding. I got to turn you away. So the money is there. You know, I look at it. It was funny because when the last time you went into the nail salon and you seen a dude working there? Them nail techs be making money. Our girl, Kelly. Yeah. Kelly told me what she made one year. I looked at Corinne. I said, yo, you not making that and you went to school. What? What? Yeah. So I think sometimes we just, and let me put it like this. I think certain jobs we have given to women and given to men, and I'm talking about everybody, not just men, not just women. And I think certain things that we look at it, that is not even if you feminine or not. I know a dude right now who does makeup.
Shout out to Pound Cake. He does amazing makeup. I met bruh, voice was deeper than mine. He was more built than me. He's gay though. But you know, it's funny, but me and him had a great conversation. And he said, I've never met a dude who looked down on me because I was gay. And he was like, but I think a lot of dudes just, he said, I do have to dial it back for some dudes. He was like, but it's cool. He was like, but no dude comes to me and just like, oh my goodness, I got to get away from you. He was like, and then honestly, he was like, yo, when dudes find out how much money I make, they're just blown away how much money I make in makeup. So I'm saying that to say, if my son came to me because I'm in the industry, and say,
you're in the
I
industry,
makeup,
he's around it,
I might be like, cool. I'd be like, cool, I get it. But I think more dads have to ask themselves, if your son came to you and said, yo, even let's take it off of makeup, because maybe some of y'all in y'all car is cringy right now. If your son say, yo, I want to be a fashion designer, are you automatically going to assume he doing Gucci or FUBU? Which one would you prefer? You know what I'm saying? I just think those are conversations we got to have.
Well, and that's why I brought it up. That's why I put it in there, because I think sometimes we do need to have the conversation of like, hey, is it the action or is it the behavior? And I think that's valid, right? Like if somebody says, like if I say I don't want loud people around me, right? Mm-hmm. It would make sense to make, you know, one, that I don't go to places that there's loud people, but two, the places that I'm in, if somebody's loud there, right, I'm allowed to push back.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I think when it comes to like non-traditional roles, like, hey, yeah, let's have a conversation of why you're doing what you're doing, right? Like I think we've assigned cooking, you know, to women, especially in the Black community, right? Yeah. But the men at the top restaurants, right, are the chefs.
At any restaurant.
Yeah,
it's only one chick in the back.
Yeah, the men are all the head chefs, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I do think that the ideal sometimes, you know, based around things is, you know, it's the behavior of, are we emasculating that man, right? Mm-hmm. If a man is being emasculated, I think that's where men push back. But if it's just a man in a non-traditional role and he's not being emasculated, I think most men are cool. I think most men are fine with, you know, the non-traditionalism.
Yeah, and I do think, and I'm a single moms, I'm gonna give y'all this. A lot of y'all have changed the toy industry that now it's not as bad. Now we're getting boys cooking sets, right? And a lot of that is because some moms want their kid to have cooking sets. Like we already said, we're getting row one, but it's not. But when you was coming up, especially, and when I was coming up, it was a little bit easy. They wasn't making boys cooking sets. The kitchen stuff was only for the girls.
Yeah, no, the kitchen stuff was definitely only for the girls. And the Easy Bake Oven looked cool as hell.
It did. My sister was making stuff, and I was kind of confused. But what was my parents telling me? No, these are the girls' toys. These are the boys' toys. Like, cool. You know what I'm saying? But now they're getting cool with it, right? The boys getting that. Now they're making the boys the grills, and they getting them the little cookout sandals. Yeah. So it's getting cooler now. And I do think that more conversations what we have and do have to change. Like we got to start having it because it is getting easier now.
It is, and again, the reason why I put it there, like I said, I want to be clear, right? The reason why I put it there is because I want to be clear. I don't think the roles are the issue. I think what everybody got to realize is that what men do not like is emasculation, right? Facts. Just because women don't mind being, you know, made more masculine because that's more, you know, girl power or boss be, you know, energy, right? That doesn't mean that men want to be emasculated in order to do the things that they find enjoyable. Men are allowed to push back and say, hey, no emasculation over here. No, thank you.